Okay, good morning everyone. Welcome into my kitchen today. We are going to do a little something I feel honored to do because All American Wax sent me some wax and we're going to give it a shot. We're going to try it. We are going to make us a candle today and see how we like this wax. I am a 464 wax user, so no gloves. I'm going to make a candle. This will be for me, and I'll use it in my home, test it. So I'm anxious to get started. So I've got a clean pot, and we're going to dump this in. And I'm going to fill this wax as I dump it in because I'm going to tell you, I love soy wax, the way it feels on my hands. I used paraffin one time to try to make some pillar candles, and it was the only time. And I actually took it to the thrift store because I just couldn't handle it. So we're going to give this a shot. So let's get our cooktop going. Yes, I work out of my home. And if you do not know who we are, my name is Mary. I'm with the Lakeside Candle Co. We are here in Pell City, Alabama. Yes, we are on beautiful Logan Martin Lake, and we make all natural soy wax candles with cotton wicks. We are about to venture into the wood wicks and see how we can get those working in our soy wax. But today, like I said, we are going to be working with the All American Wax. They were kind enough to send me a pound. And let's see, this says to heat to 165. Stir your fragrance and or color at 135. And pour into your candle jar around 120. Okay, so that's a little different than normal 464 wax. So let's give this a shot. Let's get this all melted and see how it goes, and we'll make us a candle. Okay guys, I make very small batches. I call them micro batches. I'm not a small batch candle maker. I'm a micro batch candle maker. I only use these pots, okay? And I do that because I feel that I can control it a lot better. I'm not over here turning on a digiboil and just letting it all heat, you know, and I like to keep it stirred. I like to keep that heat even through the wax. And you can do that with a digiboil, you know, I'm not knocking those at all, but I like to make sure that every single one of my candles that goes outside with my name on it is the best possible thing I can do. So as this melts, I'm going to keep it stirred so that, and yes, I don't use the double boiler method. I have a gas cooktop, and I have found that the gas cooktop works very efficient. We seem to have a lot of power outages in our area, so when we built this house, we did put in a gas cooktop. So I'm going to start keeping an eye on the temperature. Right now we're at about 135, but we are not fully melted, and our bag said to melt to 165. So we're getting close. So I hope everybody had a great weekend. It was beautiful here most of the weekend except for yesterday. It started clouding up again. but at least the weather's on the upturn with being a little warmer. Okay. Sorry for all the racket, all the banging. All right, we are at 128. Got all that stirred around, cooled down, and evened it out a little bit. So let's get that temperature up a little bit at the time. We're going to put it in our regular standard Calypso jar. This is just a 12-ounce Calypso jar. It's frosted white. And I usually fill these to about 11.5 ounces for each candle. I like to give you all the candle you can get in each jar. So we've got our wax almost ready here. Okay, I'm gonna turn this off. Okay. All right, and 165 and stir in your fragrance at 135. So we've got it heated up. So we're gonna let it cool back down just a little bit. Keep it stirred, it's going to cool back down pretty quick. Just have to keep an eye on that. And today we're going to make a clean smelling candle, and we're going to put Ocean Breeze. This is the Candle Science brand, Ocean Breeze. It's very clean, very beachy. I'm going to put a little clean cotton in, which is also from Candle Science, and from the Flaming Candle coming in, a little sugared lemon. I love lemon, so it's my candle. I'm gonna put some lemon in it, so it'll give it a little citrusy smell with that clean, and be a very nice smell for the house. Okay, let's grab a scale. And let me grab one other little pitcher. Okay. And then you guys back in. Okay, gotta tear it out. Let's see. Okay, we are looking good. So it said to pour in at 135. Okay, I'm pouring in just enough for my candle. And then I'm going to pour in some of my Ocean Breeze. Okay. A little of my clean cotton. And I've already worked out my formula, so I'm measuring on my scale what I need, and my lemon. Ooh, anybody else out there like lemon? To me, it's just one of those clean scents, and my favorite pie is lemon icebox, and I just love lemon. Okay, so now that we have that, we're going to give this a stir. usually use a magnetic stir, but for this I'm just going to just stir and not drag it out, and we'll just use this and stir for a couple of minutes. Okay guys, we've stirred our wax and oil good, and as you stir, you know, you're releasing all that heat. Think about food. When you stir your food up, you release that heat. So let's check this as we've stirred, and it's time to pour it in. So we are going to pour this in. Let me move this over so you guys can see. Pour slowly. Keep as many air bubbles as you can out. Air bubbles come in those wax flakes, so as you heat those up, they let out air bubbles too. But as you stir and pour, you can get more air bubbles in there. And try to just get as many air bubbles out as you can. Okay. So I'm going to grab a wick sitter and, excuse me, sometimes for quick and easy I just use these little wood ones, and I will let that sit. And as it cools, of course, it will harden back up, and then we're going to cure it for a couple of weeks. And I'll tell you what, let's not cure it. Let's see what it does after a couple of days, and we'll go from there. So I guess this is part one of testing with the All American Wax. Thank you for joining us, and be on the lookout for part two when it comes out, okay? Well, thank you for being here. I appreciate it, and I hope to see you on the next journey. Bye. Have a good day.